decided to press play. You could be watching anything right now. It is the internet, and it's all available for you. I promise you there's a .com or a website out there that will supply you with whatever you're looking for. However, you decided to press play and watch this edition of the Inside Scoop, and for that, we are super grateful. And myself and Wendy, your guest today, are super committed that you get a ton of value from spending this time with us. And, so maybe you want to grab your pen and paper, take some notes, whatever it is. I know that you're really going to get a lot of value, especially if maybe you're having some money blocks, you're growing your coaching business, you're growing your healing business, but you're kind of feeling a little bit off about asking for money, asking for the sale, doing that exchange. We're going to dive into that conversation so that you can get some stuff that you could use in your businesses right away. Now, before we bring in Wendy into the conversation and we dive into her expertise, I do want to say once again, welcome to the show, and welcome to all the new people who are part of this page, part of this channel, who have maybe recently joined me. Maybe this is the first time you're watching the Inside Scoop and you're wondering, who the heck are you? And what is this whole freedompreneurs thing that you got on the go? So those are two great questions. So first of all, my name is Coach Nick. I'm the co-founder of the Freedompreneurs Club. I'm the author of the book, How to Become a Freedompreneur, 10 Ingredients to Living Your Freedompreneur Lifestyle. Over the last several years, I've been training coaches and healers to generate more sales so you can become a freedompreneur. Now, what exactly is a freedompreneur? Well, a freedompreneur is someone who works when they want, where they want, whenever they want, with whoever they want, doing the thing you love to do. So that mission, that passion, that inspiration, that program, knowledge, story that you were meant to bring out to the world in a big way, the club is the place where you come to get equipped with the tools, with the strategies, and the support to creating that as your reality. Now, your guest today, Wendy McGovern, she is a freedompreneur. In fact, she is a Pilates teacher. She's a life coach. She's taking her own journey, her own transformation, and she's growing her own business, doing the things she loves to do. And today we're going to be talking with Wendy about getting over that money mindset and really being able to be okay with charging for our services and being able to create a lifestyle and a living doing what we love to do and serving other people. So Wendy, welcome to the Inside Scoop. How are you doing today?
Oh, really good. Thanks, Nick. It's good to be here. Really appreciate you having me on here as well. What an entrance. You like to make an entrance, right? That's a great intro.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a little powy, like I'm trying to be a little wowy, right? Yeah, like, we're here. Yeah, spirit fingers, right? So, yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much for being here. And thank you guys for being here with us. Those of you who are with us live or you're watching the recording, we so appreciate it. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that love button, send some of those bubbles across the screen. Leave some comments below. We've got Alyssa with us who says hello. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Bernie says hi. Hey, thanks so much, Bernie. Marla's with us. Hey, Marla, thanks so much. She says hi. So thank you guys so much. Again, whether you're watching live or the recording, leave some comments, ask questions, get involved with the conversation. What I love about the social media platform, is that it's not just a conversation between Wendy and myself. It's between Wendy, myself, and you. So, let's hear your thoughts. Let's hear your opinions. Let's get your questions. It's a way to get some free coaching, So go ahead, ask some questions and take advantage of this time that we've got together. The last thing I'm going to ask you to do is go ahead and hit that share button. You may be connected to some other coaches or healers or people who, have an inspiring message, but they feel a little weary about charging for their services. They feel a little weary about wanting to make money while helping other people. Well, we're going to help you blast through those limiting beliefs and really give you some ideas so you can shift your mindset so that you can go out and serve people genuinely from the heart, really be out there helping people, and at the same time, be able to create the income you deserve so that you can create the lifestyle you want and help more people. So we're going to get into that as we go along. So Wendy, let's get into this conversation. Let's learn a little bit about you. How did you become a Pilates teacher and life coach and really develop this passion for helping people also blast through their money mindsets?
So I became a Pilates teacher about, God, I think it's about 14, 15 years ago. I was kind of, my original passion was to become an actor. So that's what I really wanted to do. And then I kind of lost my way with that, and I got sucked into doing office work to pay the bills. And as I kind of got a little bit of a stable income, I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of, at least I've got some money now. Not like when you're, so I kind of got sucked into that. And then after a few years, I just kind of got to this point where I was like, what am I doing? I'm kind of sitting in an office. I've got no windows around me. I'm just helping guys make money out of like stuff that I don't even agree with. It didn't fit with my values. I was having to book them hunting trips and stuff, and I'm a vegan animal rights person. And it was like, God, this is so not aligned with who I am. And so I actively sought something that I could find more rewarding, that would really fit with me and who I am. And I came across Pilates, and actually never heard of it at the time, but something in my gut just went, yes, this is it. This is your next step of your path. And so I then followed that and trained and became a Pilates teacher. So then I've been doing that for about 14 years. And how I got into the coaching was I kind of got into a bit of a stuck. I felt stuck. I was in a stuck place. I was going through personal stuff in my life, like anxiety and a marriage breakup and all that kind of stuff. And I was feeling a bit stuck in my business as well. And so I came across, a friend of mine took me to a workshop, and I came across a kind of coaching company who were kind of helping people with their business. And I went along to a workshop, and then I signed up for a seminar, and I got involved with the coaching of, as a client, became a client. And what I started to discover as I went through the coaching programs and I was doing stuff to help my own business is I just fell in love with the mindset stuff. It was just like something in my head just switched on. And again, that gut feeling of, oh my God, this is lighting me up. This is it. This is really exciting. And you just get that excitement. It's like you have to follow that excitement. And so I started then getting more coaching with different people and doing training, reading books, just like I literally just immersed myself. It was just so exciting to immerse myself into it. And that's how I kind of got into in the coaching side of things. And now I'm just so passionate about sharing everything and just helping other people to kind of put themselves out there as well. Because you know what, I used to think as a kid, you know what, I'd love to change the world, and used to laugh at myself for saying it. But you know what, now I feel like, hell yeah, I want to change the world one person at a time. And we're all doing it. We're all doing it out there. So I feel really strongly about that, really passionate. So yeah, that's
Wow, fantastic. Love it. Some really, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Some really interesting points that really stood out to me in your story is, the whole idea of being in alignment. Like, you're a vegan, you're an animal rights, activist. This is something you feel strongly about, but here you are booking hunting trips, right? Right. And it's like that misalignment. One of the things that, as becoming a freedompreneur is all about, we speak about freedom on a couple different levels. The first level we talk about freedom is about like material freedom. Well, being able to like work for yourself as, so that you could dictate your time, be able to, create the income that you want, these type of things, right? So just, winning some time, money, freedom back, right? It's kind of the first level of freedom, the sort of the material level of freedom. And then the second level of freedom is what you were talking about is, are you in alignment with your passion? Right? Are you living your expression, and are you living your values? And that goes right into the conversation about, asking for money and all that stuff. It's like being congruent with who you are, what you believe, what you stand for, and then being able to build a business that's congruent with that. So I absolutely love how you were able to make that switch and move over to that. It's very, very inspiring. So just want to acknowledge a few of the people who have joined us here. Wendy says, good morning. Hey, Wendy, thanks so much. And she says, shared. Thank you so much, Wendy, for sharing. Yeah. Wendy loves that name. Yeah. So that's right. Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing this video, Wendy. So appreciate that. And hey, Stephen, thanks so much. Good morning. He says, good morning, Wendy and Nick. Good morning, brother. Thanks so much for popping in always. So, okay. So let's dive into this conversation, because we're talking about this idea of congruency, Now, as coaches, as healers, as heart-based entrepreneurs, people with a mission. So our businesses as freedompreneurs aren't just, oh, we're gonna make a bunch of money. I'm selling pencils because I know pencils can make me money, right? Our businesses are coaching, healing business. They're really businesses of our passion. They're service-based businesses. They're based upon helping others. And sometimes, because we're coming from the heart as best as we can, we're trying to come from this genuine, sincere place of helping people. There sometimes becomes this block of like, oh, well, I don't want to charge, or I don't want to ask for money, or there becomes this block about making money while doing something that is helping other people. So could we dive into that? Like maybe talk a little bit about like, these mindset stuff, like the money is the root of all evil, and rich people are all assholes, or as you would say it, assholes. Assholes. I love it.
Yeah, no, do you know what? And I totally relate to that feeling, because when I first started setting up my Pilates business, I had the exact same mindset of, oh, I don't really want to charge too much, because actually I'm just doing for the love of what I'm doing. I just want to help people, and I would kind of keep my prices really low. And if people would come in and say, do you mind if I just pay for the weeks I'm coming, it would really play on me, like with this guilt, this feeling of guilt for charging people. And so many times in the business I hear it, and I've said it myself, is like, oh, you don't get into teaching Pilates if you're going to make any money. You're never going to make any money. You're doing it because it's your vocation.
Oh,
And
wow.
that is the mindset that I had, that I hear all around me, like in a lot of the forums that I go into. People are still feeling like this, still feeling like, we shouldn't be asking for money. It's like, it doesn't fit with what we do. We're coming from passion, and we shouldn't be charging money for this. But looking back at that mindset now, and I realize, my God, it just holds you back. You're just stuck in that old belief of like, yeah, money is evil, and it's a bad thing to want money, and rich people are assholes, whatever you want to call them. Greedy to want money, and it gives you that feeling of, if I charge money for this, I'm a greedy person. This is, and you don't want to feel like a greedy person. So therefore you have this friction that goes on when you're trying to put your prices in place, or put your prices up, or set prices for an event you're doing. It really plays on your mind, I feel. And I really relate to that. That's exactly where I used to be as well. So
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I think most of us who are heart-based entrepreneurs who really want to help people, we have that money mindset. So talk to us a little bit about maybe some of the things that you did to get over that, and to be able to transform that mindset so you could charge, people what it is that you're worth, and that you could do this so that you could develop a lifestyle.
yeah. I think, Nick, for me, what I really started to do, and it wasn't like an overnight thing, it didn't happen like that. It was kind of starting to really look at the value that I give, and work on my self-worth. Because once I started working on my self-worth, and actually look at what I'm giving out there, look at the value I give to my clients, look at the effect I have on one person, that's having a ripple effect throughout their world as well, So, and that's just one person. If you're helping kind of more than one person, it doesn't even matter if it is just one person, you're still having that ripple effect through their world and into their life, and as well. But I feel like if you're helping even more than one person, and groups of people and hundreds of people, or whatever it might be, the value you are giving it is priceless. You're actually changing people's lives. You're helping people to feel better, fitter, stronger, help their mindset, help their feelings of well-being. This is just priceless. It's absolutely incredible. And I feel really passionate about helping people who are doing that service, giving that service in the world, to give it more and do it in a bigger way, because it's just so important. And I feel the world gets to have this balance. We watch the news. I don't watch the news, by the way, but if you watch the news, it's all kind of doom and gloom, and the world
Yeah.
is, it's war, and it's famine, and it's struggle, and it's poverty, and it's and you know what? The world gets to have balance, and I feel that we are the people who are out there creating that balance. And you know what? That is amazing. And I feel like, my God, go out there and do it, and really value yourself. look at the worth you have, and what you're creating in the world, the ripple effect you're creating in the world, and really just start to look at the value you give. And I think once you can find that self-worth, that value, then you can start to go, do you know what? I'm giving you a great service, and actually my reward for that is just to have that reward of the financial reward, because that's just an agreement in the world we live in, that it's an energy of exchange. That's how we get rewarded for our services. It could be anything. It used to be goats and sheep, it used to be
That's
metal,
right.
it used to be lots of other different things, but now our agreement is we have a monetary energy that we exchange, and it flows through the world, and it keeps the world moving. And you know what? I give you this great service. I'm just allowing myself to receive the reward for what I'm doing. And the energy flows back and forward.
Yeah, I love it, and I love that because I've often said that too. I said, some people said, "Oh, I wish we didn't live in a world with money." I said, "That's fine." I said, "It's not money is the issue, right?" It's like it's not money. It's you got to get good at it's a universal law, the law of exchange.
Yeah.
I said, so whether it was money or goats or gold coins, or as we move to more digital currencies, and it's going to change because the world will change, the material will change, but the essence, the spiritual or the unseen aspect of it is that it is the exchange. And everybody's in business. Even people who say, I'm not in business. Of course every time you go to the grocery store and pick up some groceries, you're doing business, you're exchanging. I'm like, look at the ants who are moving grass around. They're moving resources, right? Right. They're moving resources. Look at the bees going from flower to flower. They're moving and exchanging resources. So business is the human experience or word that we use in the English language to describe the law of exchange. And once you really understand that law, then charging, for me, once I really understood that law and understood everybody's doing business, the whole universe's cosmos is doing business. So we are going to naturally do it too. We're going to make exchanges with each other. And we got to get good at doing that, because if we don't get good at doing that, whether we were trading sheeps or we were trading gold coins or digital currency or paper money, if we don't get good at that, we will always be on the scarce side of things. So it's not really about the money in itself, but it's about understanding the philosophy behind it. I do want to get to a few comments, and then I've got some questions about, maybe some things we can do to also stay in alignment with our service-oriented mindset and our heart. So first of all, Sylvia says some people have a problem with women making money. Yeah, that's possible. I guess that might be true for some people. So thank you, Sylvia. Steven says, having realized what your self-worth is key to driving others' self-worth. I have found, and the way that I think about it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what would you say, Wendy? It's all about finding your self-worth at the end of the day. Would you just, does it come down to that essentially?
I think fundamentally it comes down to that, because most of the challenges, the blocks and the beliefs we have that are holding us back often come down to not feeling worthy, or that we don't deserve it. That's comes down to, I think, fundamentally to that. If you can work on that element, I feel that you would definitely make shifts in your mindset. I mean, we're brought up with these beliefs, what I'd suggest to people as well is they just maybe have a look at their beliefs around money. Like, what are the phrases that they've heard over and over again when they were growing up? What are the experiences around money? How do they feel around money? Because it's all going to reflect their money mindset of actually their underlying unconscious beliefs of what they have around money. So really look at them, and then actually just start to be aware that they are just beliefs. They're not actual reality. They're only what you've been kind of programmed to understand. Everyone's going to have a different attitude towards money, I'm sure Donald Trump doesn't have those kind of money mindset beliefs, love him or hate him. The guy is amazing and incredible at making money, whatever you think of his values or whatever. So it just shows you that we can have very lack and scarcity mindset, or we can have very much growth mindset where we allow ourselves to receive and grow, financially and materially as well.
Yeah, I love it. Fantastic. Thank you. And thank you. Sylvia says, yes, Stephen makes an excellent point. Money is an exchange of energy. Absolutely. And hey, Dee, thanks so much for tuning in and joining us. So guys, once again, if you're getting value out of this, if you're enjoying the conversation, hit that like button, hit that love button, share it out with some of your friends, some of your family, and let's share this conversation with more people, because the more people that can actually shift their money mindset, then actually the more abundant we all become. Because if the whole world had an abundant mindset, then we wouldn't hoard, we wouldn't be scarce, we wouldn't fight over the money or resources, because we would all be abundant. So the more people that actually understand this law of exchange, this energy exchange, and understand that this is natural and it is a natural function of life, and getting good at life and getting good at business, then actually it makes the whole world more abundant for everybody. In fact, there's more opportunity now for everybody, because more people are doing exchanges and more people are being abundant in their energy and in their dealings day to day. So very important message to get out to as many people as we can. So Wendy, talk to us about how we can give back in our business, so our business also doesn't just become a source for us making income, but it becomes a source for transformation to our communities and to the causes that we feel passionately about.
Well, actually, just picking up on a point you said then, which relates to this as well, is that feeling that if we create more abundance for ourselves, we're actually then creating more abundance for other people as well. Because, and especially the kind of people that we are who come into this service business that we're in, of helping others and assisting others to live more fulfilling lives, we can, with our abundance, then share much more of that. Obviously, the less you have, the less you can share. Allowing abundance into you, you then can allow it out and share it out there. And in my own business, what I do, because I'm very much into animal welfare and well-being, natural conservation, that kind of thing, I use my business as a way to filter out money into charities and causes that I really feel strongly about. And actually, I set up events where most of the proceeds from the events, the profit, I actually give away to different causes that I feel strongly about. So allowing that into me, I then kind of share much more as well. And also, I'm actually looking into setting up a foundation. I haven't actually done this yet. I don't know how it's going to look, but it's just, I've got a seed of an idea of setting up my own foundation where I actually set up something that I believe very strongly about, and then really use my business as a way to raise funds for that foundation, to then spread and share that good stuff that I feel so strongly about in the world. So there are so many ways we can share, but without abundance we can't. We just keep ourselves small. We share small as well. So again, it's that flow of energy. The more energy you allow in, the more energy you can share out there as well. So
yeah.
Really
Absolutely. I love it. And I think it's so inspiring. And I think that's something as coaches, as healers, as inspired entrepreneurs, that we should all be looking at, right? Like, where do we filter our money to? For myself, for years, it's animal conservation and animal care, which I absolutely love. For myself, it's into the spiritual causes that I believe in, right? So I filter, myself and Sarah, we put our money and our time and our energy into growing a spiritual message, because we really believe that could help people on all levels. And if everybody were to go out and in what you believe in, like, it doesn't have to be, it's whatever it is that is important to you, that you feel called to help. But if you use your business as a way to actually drive financially some of those other causes, then you could become a real difference maker and a real powerhouse and a real influencer in your community and in the world. And in actuality, if you give a lot of money to someone with a really good intentions and good heart, and it's really about helping other people, that money is going to be transformed into helping so many people, right? So it all comes down to your heart rather than the physical aspect of the money. I said money's a tool, no different than this pencil's a tool. If I use this pencil to write good messages and messages of love and unity and freedom, then this tool in itself is now in the service of good. But if I use this pencil to write messages of hate and messages of discontentment and scarcity and lack, then now this pencil is being used in the service of something negative for the world. Money is not an end, it's a means. So it's and I think the challenge is when we think that money is the end. And I think it also comes down to this idea that I'm doing it for the money. It's like, I know I'm not doing my business for the money, but I charge money because money is the way that we do the exchange. So it's in our consciousness where we go beyond. It's not for the money, but the money is just a tool. It's like, it's like a hammer and nails. If you want to build a table, you got to have the tools. And money is a tool that we use in this world, and it should be treated no differently than any other tool that we may have in our toolbox.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Love it. Fantastic. So, Wendy, I just want to get to Stephen's comment here, and then we'll begin to wrap up today's show. It's been absolutely wonderful. Stephen says, I guess what I'm talking about more is how your self-worth sets the goal for others' self-worth. These other people today that I look at have self-worths where I do focus or driven. They are doing everything right, and that's just the bar for me. And when I look at that, I said, figure goals, everybody, to move forward. And I lift my head a little bit higher each day when I see that. Wonderful. I think I'm understanding what you're saying. Basically, when I set my self-worth, then it gives permission for others to lift up their self-worth. And as coaches and healers, we're setting the tone for our clients and for the people watching us and with us. So it's our responsibility to continue to grow because it gives permission for everyone else around us to grow. So wonderful. Thank you so much.
Can I just pick up on that point, actually?
100%. Please do.
Just, with that in mind as well, because actually we can inspire others to open up their own flow of abundance as well by inspiration. And also just another point on that is because we're in the business of helping others to grow and to kind of flourish and have enriched lives. If we don't allow people to pay us money, and if we don't charge for our services, all we're doing is feeding back into those people's scarcity mindset. So actually by getting people to pay you for your services, charge what you feel you're worth, you're actually helping that person to open up their own abundance, because then they start to come out of their own scarcity mindset and actually feel worthy of investing in themselves. You're allowing them to declare that they're feeling worthy of investing in their own progress and their own kind of well-being. So I feel that we don't do anyone a service by not charging for our services, because we're just feeding back into their old scarcity mindset, and actually by allowing that, we help them to grow, even just by allowing them to invest in themselves, because they're not just investing in us, they're investing in themselves, and allowing growth.
Yeah, wow. Very powerful. Yeah, wonderful. I love that point. And absolutely, I totally agree with you. Allowing people to invest in themselves is part of the service that we do as coaches and healers, right? And allowing that, not really helping them get beyond their own scarcity mindsets and say, no, pay for it and say yes to yourself, invest in yourself. I love it. Very powerful message. So thank you so much, Wendy, for being here. Please share with everybody out there how they can get a hold of you and connect with you so they can continue to learn and grow from you.
So, I didn't know I had to do that, but I wasn't expecting that bit. So I'm on Facebook. I've actually got a private group at the moment it's mostly Pilates teachers. I'm about to expand that into kind of other people. So it's Wendy McGovern. I'm on Facebook. I'm Holistic Pilates. .co.uk is my website as well. So they can do it. People can message me or search me for my website or however they want to do it. Or I can maybe put my details in the comments under here or something.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you. I said, please leave your group or your website and in the comments below. Make sure you reach out, connect with everybody, and that way people can get a hold of you easily and connect with you. So thank you so much for being here on the Inside Scoop. We appreciate you very much.
Thank you for having me. Really appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome. Very welcome. Our pleasure. And thank you, everybody here for those who tuned in live. So appreciate you. For those who watched the recording, appreciate you. And, we'll see you guys on the next edition of the Inside Scoop. If you want to connect with me more, of course, you can reach out to me. I'll also leave in the comments a link to my private group called Freedom Culture, where you can connect with other coaches and healers who are growing their business, where we're helping each other live a life of freedom. So I invite you to join us inside that group. Have a fantastic day, everyone. We'll see you on the next edition. Thanks.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye, Nick.
Bye.